Hello, good people. Let us recall a fact and a story with a mystical flavor. The return of the 700-year-old portal to the underworld. The portal depicts the open jaws of a mythical feline figure, forming an opening that represents the threshold of the spiritual realm. An ancient Olmec monument symbolizing the entrance to the afterlife has finally been restored to its former glory and is returning to its native home, almost 3,000 years after it was carved. The massive portal al inframundo, portal to the underworld, is believed to have been stolen in the 1960s, but it was returned to Chalcatzingo in central Mexico only after a decades-long investigation into its whereabouts. Located in the state of Morelos, Chalcatzingo is an important Olmec site known for its enormous sculptural monuments. Among them is the portal to the underworld, which depicts the open jaws of a mythical feline figure, forming an opening that represents the threshold of the spiritual realm. The work dates to the Preclassic period and is believed to have been created sometime between 800 and 400 BCE. Unfortunately, however, the monumental piece was looted shortly after it was discovered in the mid-20th century. To transport the work, the thieves had to significantly reduce its size and weight and used hammers to break off much of the volume without damaging the main facade. They then carried the artifact across the U.S. border, where its journey through the network of illegal antiquities trafficking began. In 1968, the sculpture appeared in a museum in New York under the title Earth Monster. It was here that archaeologist David Grove first encountered the portal, immediately noticing its Olmec character and linking it to the other enormous carvings in Chalcatzingo. For example, the eyes of the large feline appear to be in the form of an Olmec cross, and the corners of the creature's mouth are decorated with bromeliad flowers, which also appear on other monuments in Chalcatzingo. Nevertheless, as the relic continued to circulate on the black market, it became increasingly difficult to trace its origin. It was only at the beginning of this century that the trail was finally followed by Mario Sequeira Dovatello of Mexico's National Institute of Anthropology and History, INH, after coming across a description of the portal written decades earlier by Grove. Sequeira Dovatello began tracking the artifact steps from museum to museum, eventually gathering enough evidence to prove that the object had been illegally removed from its home in Chalcatzingo. Finally, on May 19, 2023, the portal to the underworld was repatriated to Mexico. Fittingly, Grove died less than a week later, passing through the door to the other world just as his life's work was completed. Over the past year, experts have carefully restored the ancient monument, removing the damage inflicted by traffickers who had attempted to reduce it to more manageable dimensions. Using the same materials from which the portal was originally made, researchers have now filled in the defects left by those looters, restoring it to its original size.